big things happened today on the Joe Rogan podcast when he had Israel Adesanya as a guest. So let's see what's up. Just gonna switch to me so you can all see me. My name is Jens Wildman. I am going to do this little podcast, my first real long format reaction video to anything, and I'm doing it because I just saw this shit today. It's about Colby Covington and how he is basically fake, and not that I didn't get that he was fake, but something just kind of happened where he almost made me believe it, that he was a douchebag, that he was a real douchebag. But today, first couple of minutes into the Joe Rogan podcast, Israel Adesanya and Joe Rogan, they had these things to say, and I think this is really, really interesting. I'm just going to play a really short clip, and then we're going to talk about it, and then I'm going to continue a bit more into it, because I have absolutely no idea what they're going to talk about after this. I just saw this, and instantly I set up my little mini studio with the world, just to react to it, basically. But because it annoys the shit out of me about this Colby Covington guy. It's true when they say real recognizes real, and I'm pretty real, and I didn't recognize him. He's pretty much full of it. So just going to switch the window to the YouTube, and then we're going to hear what Joe Rogan has to say about it real quick. Oh, boom.
100%.
Or maybe take yourself too seriously.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of
interesting.
people, this is their goal. They're like, I want to become the UFC champion. They get it done, and then what happens after in their next fight? They lose it, or
Right.
they lose track of what really matters. So some guys, like Colby, for example, he's
right into Colby. So as you can probably imagine already right now, it's going to be some trash talking about Colby Covington going on, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to agree 100% with Israel Adesanya, because he is, in my opinion, one of the realest motherfuckers out there. He really, really, really means what he says, and he does what he says, and he acts a certain way. And when the moments where he acts like an idiot, he actually is an idiot. Compared to a guy like Colby Covington, when he acts like an idiot, he isn't really an idiot. Apparently he's a really nice guy, which I personally think he should embrace and be more like himself. So I'm just going to play a bit more of the clip, so get ready. I'm going to start it off.
He's walking around with the belt. When Usman whips his ass, or if Usman whips his ass, then what's going to happen? You're going to walk around with that belt? How you going to feel? You know?
Well, the Colby thing is interesting, and I don't know how much Colby wants people talking about this, but I'm gonna spill it as much as I can.
So Joe Rogan doesn't know how much Colby Covington wants people to talk about this, and I guarantee you that Colby doesn't want people to talk about this at all. He wants people to talk about him, but when they say no press is bad press, that like all press is good press, that means when anybody's talking about you, it's a good thing. In this particular situation, it's not a good thing for Colby, because he's been working real hard on that whole image about with the MAGA hat, and and just with the girls walking in, one in each arm, and pretending to get laid all the time and not give a fuck. I guarantee you that dude is training hard every day. His body is busted up. His nuts are busted from jiu-jitsu. He's not having a lot of sex. He's full of it. He's full of crap. So, anyways, moving on with Joe Rogan, and let's see what he continues to say.
Ooh.
That's an act, man.
I
That's
know.
a strong act that he
100%.
put on when they were ready to cut him. They were ready to cut. You talk to that guy in real life, he's very respectful.
Just being around him, and said he's the nicest guy.
He's
this
a
and
nice
that.
guy,
Yeah.
man. He's playing a pro wrestling heel,
Hey, man.
and he's got the whole world worked up.
It sells.
It
That's the thing.
sells. And here's the thing, though. This is where it's interesting.
Ooh, and this is about as far as I've watched, so I have no idea what is going to happen now, though. But I do agree, it's a pro wrestling thing, and he's been taking that gimmick, hanging out with Donald Trump, all that stuff. He should stop it immediately and really try to get back on track, because he's a really good fighter. He's really, really good, and he's going to give Usman some troubles when they fight. He's going to give Usman big trouble, and I guarantee you, Usman's not just going to walk through Colby. Colby can work all day, and I just Usman is great, and he's ripped, and he looks like a roided up, freak. But he's not saying he's on those picograms, but there's definitely some genetic mastery going on when it comes to Kamaru Usman. But Colby is a really good fighter, a really good wrestler, and he's going to give him big problems. Still though, I don't like Colby. I hate the guy, but he's a great fighter, and you can't take that away from him. So I'm just going to try and set this up so you can maybe catch my reactions. I'm just going to get my profile video on there as well, and we're just going to go minimize this window a little bit. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. Whoop. I'm just going to do like this instead. Yeah. Maybe a bit more. Here we go. So I hope you guys are ready, because I'm not. I have no idea what he's about to say now. So let's see what's going on.
It tricks people because he seems like a goof. He wears this stupid fucking cheap blue suit. He wears that MAGA hat.
Does that smile?
He's got the old belt.
Yeah.
You know it's not a legit belt.
Oh, it's about with the belt all the time and the MAGA hat. Why though? Even people who voted for Donald Trump knows that's an act. It's not like people are just stupid. I don't know. I don't know about you Americans. I'm European. I don't know. Maybe you are just stupid, but not just stupid. It's because you're so used to one side fighting another side. You're not used to people actually meeting in the middle and debating and compromising and stuff like that. You're just used to yelling. That's why it works so well over there. If you did something like that in Europe, people would immediately just call you out. You'd be fake, and nobody would talk to you ever. It doesn't matter who you hung out with or what side you chose or anything. So, yeah, I hate that.
Right,
Yeah.
but he did win the interim title, and they took it from him for no reason. It doesn't make any sense. So there's this thing of...
That's right. Why did they strip him of the interim title? What happened? Please, you comment in the comments. What happened? Why did they strip him from the interim belt? I have no clue. That was the weirdest thing ever. They shouldn't have done that. The same thing with Tony Ferguson. They did that. Weird. It's way too soon, way too early. In less than 1 year or something like that. Comment. Why did they do that?
About him where people somehow or another think maybe he's illegitimate, maybe he's not real. Then he fucks Robbie Lawler up.
Yeah, he can work.
Demonetized. Thank you, Joe Rogan.
You go, oh Jesus, this guy doesn't get tired. He could strike. His wrestling's on point. His fucking cardio.
Great. I'm just gonna go back here. What did he say? Who did he fucked up? Was it Robbie Lawler?
Right,
Yeah.
but he did win the interim title, and they took it from him for no reason. It doesn't make any
Sorry about
sense. So there's this thing about him where people somehow or another think maybe he's illegitimate, maybe he's not real. Then he fucks Robbie Lawler.
Yeah.
That's right. He did fuck him up. He mauled him the entire fight. Just mauled him. And Robbie Lawler is when you have people fighting over who's the baddest motherfucker in the game. I can't believe that they didn't have Robbie Lawler. They should make a belt, a proper, just have the fans voting who's the baddest motherfucker in the game, And Robbie Lawler would be definitely up there in the top 3. Then we can talk about Conor McGregor and Don Cerrone and the other. I don't know who else is a bad motherfucker. Tony Ferguson's a pretty bad motherfucker. There's a few of them up there who are truly bad motherfuckers, real people. But yeah, Robbie Lawler. They should agree. If you agree, should they make a complete fan-based bad motherfucker belt? No specialists, no what do you call them? No journalists, no nothing, no analyzers, analysts. Fuck 'em. Get fans voting. Just get fans voting. And also the casuals. It's going to be great. It should be. That's my. I think they should do that. Anyways, let's see.
Yeah, he can work.
And you go, oh, Jesus, this guy doesn't get tired. He could strike. His wrestling's on point. His fucking cardio's off the chart.
Yeah.
He's tough
Off
as
the
nails.
Yeah, I was impressed on the inside.
He's
Especially
legit.
when he put Robbie against the fence. He was right there, slipping and ripping.
Oh, yeah.
Some things, everyone has holes in their game.
Sid. He did that as well. He moves fast. And if there's somebody you typically don't want to stand there and slip and rip with, it's Robbie Lawler. But he mixed in his takedowns so well. He mixed in his wrestling. And Robbie Lawler, he ain't no... This is not his first rodeo. He's a really good wrestler as well. So, yeah. I mean, now thinking about it, it's a great fight.
I have holes in my game, but he was really impressive. The way he was right there in his face against Robbie Lawler.
He's not an elite striker in the sense of like he's a guy who will slip and then blast someone unconscious with one shot. He's a volume guy, and he's throwing 60%, 50, 60%, just on you.
That's it, the Diaz style.
Yep, never let you rest, let you rest. And Robbie in that fight, and Robbie's a fucking all-time great welterweight champion. I mean, he was a legit top of the food chain motherfucker.
Indeed, he was. He was at the top, absolute top of the food chain. He was the guy you wanted to mess with. Anyways, so I was watching this and I was expecting that they were just going to go deep into how annoying Colby Covington is, not how good he is, because I already told you how good he is, and they already told you how good he is. But anyways, let's just see what they talk about.
And he was looking for those openings that were never there.
Yeah.
He was always looking for Colby to slow down. Colby never slowed down.
He was waiting. You would
was
see him
waiting.
like just waiting,
Yep.
and he was just like buying his time,
looking to explode.
It's like, okay, fuck.
Yep.
All right, here it is. And there's ways to do that. Like I did it against Whitaker as well. You see it. Excuse me. I always got a burp.
Nice, always got a burp. I just did that as well, and I blew my nose. I don't know. So we'll go deeper into all this Colby Covington stuff, which is what I really wanted to talk about. It's because when I do this Tribe of Wild Men thing where I try to gather some awesome men and we try to do all sorts of stuff, rituals, plant medicines from Peruvian jungle, and we try to get in touch with who we really are and try not to be complete macho douchebags about it, but actually try and experience the real us. And it hurts me when I see guys like Colby Covington acting in that stupid way. I mean, why? There's no reason for it, and it's not a good. He's a bad role model. We should all try to be great role models for the future generations. We should all try to just, be real and not put on that mask of, like trying to push a certain side of ourselves that that's really not our primary way of being. I think I know there's a marketing aspect in it, and like if he keeps talking all that bullshit, he's gonna sell more fights probably in the short run. But what about in the long run? What happened to John Jones? He was the same way. He played that Christian choir boy, always saluting Jesus and stuff. Once again, a very American thing to do. But he also, how much better do you like John Jones after the Daniel Cormier fights, where you found out that he went out, did cocaine, cheated on his wife, crashed his cars, when you find out that he's actually all that he's not really a suit and tie Sunday church kind of kid, but he's actually he's a party guy. You like him better now that you know it was all an act. It was all just bullshit. And now he's finally real, and people, I think he's even more comfortable being that way. I'm sure he is. And everyone else sees it. You see it so clearly when somebody's trying to put on a mask. Imagine if I sat here, oh yeah, boys, fighting, and saying really, really, really crazy shit that I didn't really mean. Yeah, I curse a little bit. I'm not a big cursor. I curse a little bit, and I'm okay with it. It doesn't matter to me that much. But what is up with that? Why do people still try to act that way? And especially millennials. I'm a millennial. It's the same way we put on filters on our travel photos. It's the same way we try to make everything look perfect to everybody else. I read yesterday there's a new trend now on Instagram trying to make your photos look as real as possible and maybe even uglier than they were. So instead of just, putting on makeup or using a beauty filter on your phone, you would actually like put the beauty setting to the very low, don't put any makeup up, take it in really bad strong lighting so you can really see all the pimples, all the, what do you call that? Uncleanliness? Cleanliness? What do you call that? All those little, anyways, the real skin, the real deal. And I think that is amazing that we are coming to a point now where the young kids are so much smarter than we are because they choose to use social media in a better way. I think it's amazing. I think it's a positive thing. I love it. Why are we millennials so goddamn stupid? By the way, but millennials are the people born from mid-80s up until just before the year 2000, I think. So we're all like between 20 and 30 something. And I think it's because we just had no idea what this was, this whole social media game, this whole online stuff where like everyone can see what I'm doing. I gotta stop. You think you can't just stop being the way you are, but at least you can like try and like take photos from the right angle, try to pretend that your holiday has been just perfect by not getting all the junk in the sea in the photos, and like take it when the blue sky is up and all that stuff. It's just, oh my god. You think you didn't, you thought you had to. I thought I had to be those beautiful pictures where you just sit there with your toes in the water and perfect blue skies, and it reflects on the phones now. I use a Huawei phone. It's a Chinese model, and the beauty filter on that is, man, if I turn that motherfucker up, my eyes get bigger, my skin get perfect, my hair kind of turns into one mesh, and maybe my receding hairline goes down a bit. And it's just, why? I think in China they might be, or in Asia they might be 10 years behind. So the kids in China, they might be another 5 to 10 years before they find out that the kids, they don't want those beauty filters. They actually just want to be real, because real recognizes real. Mine. Yeah. What do you guys think about Instagram removing likes from posts? I think it's a great fucking idea. Fucking. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it. I just wanted to look at that Joe Rogan thing and just see like what do they actually talk about when they talk about Colby Covington, like the elite of the MMA world. What do they actually say? And when the two top dogs, they actually just say he's a really nice guy. I kind of believe them. Colby, why don't you just act like a nice guy? Why don't you just drop the act? You're not fooling anyone. It's not like we're all sitting there. So once you take off the MAGA hat, once you stop wearing the chicks and the belt and all this, we're not just all gonna go, oh my god, I didn't know he was such a nice guy. Be a nice guy, embrace it, be real. Be who you are, be true to yourself. You're very untrue to yourself and you're a very terrible role model to the youngsters. You can vote for Donald Trump all you want, and be friends with him all you want, but as a fighter and as a person, stop doing it. Just be real. Yeah. Anywho, I think that's it. I think that's sorry about that. Same as Israel Adesanya. Oh, you guys just want to hear what he's going to say? Let's just finish off that little sentence and see what he says.
There's times when he'll like, I'll put a clip of this. It's like a simple one, shifting, real simple, subtle thing. You just move 2-step, 1, 2. That's it. I can see it when he'll like bounce. All right, I'm ready to go. You shift, you disrupt the pattern. Okay, reset. About to attack, you know. Even Wonder Boy did it to Luke K the past weekend. You know, whenever he was bouncing, he's gonna bounce, and then Wonder Boy shifts.
Fight technique 101. I did a few Muay Thai camps, and I did Greco-Roman wrestling most of my life, and I trained MMA and some Jiu-Jitsu. I am not, I repeat, not in any way, shape or form, or claiming to be or anything in the vicinity of a pro fighter. But I learned a little bit, and the shifting thing is just amazing. So every time your opponent prepares to punch, switch stance, take 2 steps to the side, take 2 steps to the other side. Every time you see he's ready to throw something, just switch. And it's going to take him a couple of seconds to readjust. And a really good fighter, he can readjust in no time. And he pretty much, like, I'm sure Wonder Boy, if someone moves, he'll just kick with the other leg because he's so good and so fast. But a fighter who's not in the very, very top, he's gonna have a hard time with that. Just every time he's setting up, if you are a fighter and if you do fight, every time he's setting up, switch stances. Do something. And it's just confusing. But if you're always the same, left foot forward, jab, left foot forward, switch to one side. Yeah, good basics. It's all good. But what you're seeing today is like the really top dogs. They do the switch all the time. Switch stances. They make the opponent readjust all the time. And they throw feints, switches, non-stop. And you see that in the really good fighters now. So, yeah. And to be honest, I don't think George Masvidal, he can beat Kamaru Usman or Colby Covington for that matter. So it's going to be exciting to see that fight if it happens. If he doesn't get knocked out by Conor McGregor or Donald Cerrone or somebody else beforehand. But let's see what happens with that stuff. Anyways, yeah, this episode was a bit more MMA related. It's not always going to be this way. I'm going to talk about other stuff as well. So, yeah, that's it. Peace out. And in the words of David Goggins, stay hard. Oh, yeah. Ooh. By the way, finishing touch. If you want to hear more about the Gathering of Wild Men, there's a link in the description where you can hit up and sign up for the newsletter, and you can learn more about what I do. Also, don't forget to hit the like or the dislike, I don't really care, and what is called the notification bell, and subscribe to my channel and all that jazz. Alright guys, thank you for watching. See you later.